Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a ton of stuff to do for the Fusion. We're going to be dressing up the interior. First big thing on the agenda is to remove the headliner, so without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Well, I believe we got everything off, and this is going to be the biggest opening we're going to get to remove the headliner, so let's go ahead and go for it. So we got the headliner out, it's just chilling right here, and as you can see we have all the parts very carefully laid out here on the floor, and the car is looking pretty rough, but it's only for the time being. So I bought this fabric from Hobby Lobby. To the person that was helping me out, just want to say thank you. So the Starlight aspect is actually really beautiful. I'm really happy with how it came out. Okay. He's just squeezing through. When the vehicle's off, you can see all the individual strands. It is something that I do want to address because I think that putting some fabric on top of it will just give it a really nice, professional, and cleaned up look. So I got this fabric from Hobby Lobby. It's basically just cotton, nothing really crazy about it. The reason that I got this one specifically is because you can kind of tell it's relatively transparent. So that'll actually help when it comes to light basically bleeding through. And then I got this 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive. This was basically the one that seemed the most casual and consistently good reviewed. It has many different uses, but one of these right here, if you can see, is fabric. I'm also hoping to wrap the pillars. I think it'll blend the headliner a lot more. So I did this first one off camera just to kind of test out how it would go and figure out from there. But it actually came out really good. So I'm basically treating it like vinyl, even though I don't know how to work with vinyl. But it latches pretty well. The glue's working well, and I'd say the main thing is all you're really doing is just kind of putting it on there and then just kind of massaging it out. You want to start from the center, just spread everything out. But all I need to do now is just button everything up, cut off the excess, and honestly, I'm really happy with how it's coming out. I also need to cut out the little vent that goes here, and just get an X-Acto knife to do that, I guess. But yeah, definitely looks really good and really quality for sure. So that ended up not really working to my liking. What actually happened is because fabric was being stretched, the glue wasn't holding on as tightly as I was hoping for, so it did end up sagging, and I just kind of scrapped the idea, pulled it off, and it left some glue residue behind. Now I did have some fabric paint left over, so what I did is I just kind of sprayed it over just so that it was all one cohesive color, and that actually ended up fixing a lot of the areas that I was hoping for, because that paint didn't actually catch on the little fiber optic cable strands, whatever you want to call them. But it did actually paint all the little areas of just the coloring that wasn't cohesive with the rest of the black. So problem was fixed. I didn't film it because I wasn't sure if it would work, but it did. So, I have the headliner back in the car. Now the A-pillar still looks great. It's still one smooth surface, so it's staying as is and it's solid. But my main note is that I kind of did it in reverse. While most people poke the holes and then paint the headliner, I painted the headliner and then poked the holes so some of that tan coloring was still staying behind. And now for some perspective, let me put some light here. And you notice you can't really see any of the strands. Granted, if you look super specifically, right there, you can probably see them. But just the overall look, you really don't see them. And now if I turn it on the vehicle, and just stepping in, you can see it's very smooth now. So that's exactly what I was going for. And honestly, I'm pretty cool with the fact that the fabric didn't work out, just because it wasn't going to be as straightforward of a fix, but this actually works a lot easier. But the A-pillars are really smooth as well, because this one would occasionally get scuffed up by this phone mount, but now knowing that it's just smooth little fabric and it's actually very easy to clean definitely helps out a lot. So we're all good on that end for the headliner. Now we can get back to some of the other stuff that I have planned for it. We also have this handful of packages from FordParts.com to help with the finishing touches for the interior. So I got these fully black sun visors off of an MKZ. Some of them do have just full black upper half of the interior. And I figured it'd be easier to just kind of find a used one and order as opposed to disassembling the other one, painting it, waiting for it to dry, reassembling it, and then installing it like that. This is a lot easier to just mess with and handle. You don't have to worry about any of the specifics because it gets pretty in-depth if you're gonna paint this whole thing. And it keeps a sticker, so it makes it look a little bit more professional. But there was always a handful of things that they were missing. First up, we have these little retainers for the sun visors. I had tan ones and I painted them, and let me grab it real quick just so you can see comparison. The paint's gonna peel off the more it gets used. So I got these that come off of newer Fusions and some MKZs as well. It's the exact same thing. It's just finished in black so it won't get scuffed up or anything. And again, it'll give it more of a professional look. I'm really surprised why they didn't just do this all in one shipment because these are all small pieces. But where the visor mounts is actually that piece right there. And it doesn't have a thing to cover it. It's just a little cap. It's literally just a little cap, but again, going for that really professional look, so I ordered one. Wow, okay, they really went all out with their packaging. So here's the label and everything. Here is all that it is. It's literally just a clip. These are actually the clips that hold the sun visor in position. Main thing being, a lot of parts are actually interchangeable. They just don't say that they are. Whether it's because they didn't use these parts specifically whenever they made, the older Fusions, or it's just a coloring thing because, the older Fusions don't have specific black pieces. I'm not really sure, but just do your research and you'll actually be able to see that there is a good amount of overlap that actually makes doing this a lot easier if you do want to put the money for it. Or if you just want to paint it, that's completely fine as well. I'm just, kind of tired of painting pieces and I just kind of want to get that really nice professional look. And you can see here, they're literally the exact same piece, just tan when I painted, and this one is actually just black from the factory. And these actually help hold up the headliner a lot because whenever you sit in here, and you see this piece right here, this is where it goes. That actually just presses everything up. We got this one done. It's working exactly as it should. Got all the pieces right here. Open it up, lights work. One down, one to go. All right guys, after that last clip, I went ahead and buttoned everything up, and you can see here, we are entirely done. Granted, it probably doesn't look too different from how you guys have seen it, but as you guys know, it took a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of time, so definitely feels good to be done. But yeah, this angle you probably don't get too often. You usually get me in the driver's seat or Yvette in the passenger seat. But yeah, this is just the view from the back seat. You can see the lights are flickering nice and all pretty and whatnot. And then you have the visors all finalized over there. Because honestly, I really wanted to go all out and just finalizing all the pieces of this car because I was on the verge of selling it up to a point, but that's a topic for another video. And I kind of put it together in my head that I want to do this as best as I can, and basically getting all the factory pieces that I can to kind of clean up all the loose ends and just make it look as professional as possible. So everything here I can confidently say has been done to the best of my ability, and I am absolutely in love with this interior. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. This guy will just show you that he wants to be pet in the most casual way. He'll just nudge into your hand, and that's about it.